So we normally open with a skit, but this is a really important topic, so I didn't want to make light of it, so we're just gonna dive right in. Hey guys, Nour here, and today we're talking about how to deal with self-doubt as a writer. Let's get started. Now, self-doubt is something that all writers feel, but we oftentimes feel like we're the only ones that feel that way. We think, so-and-so is writing so much, there's no way they have self-doubt. But here's the thing, we all suffer from it, even those who put out quality work and get listed with the best sellers. Self-doubt doesn't mean that you're not a good writer. It just means that you're invested in what you do enough to worry that it might not do good enough. And of course, it's a worry that you are not doing good enough. But that's just self-doubt talking. It's not necessarily reality. Take me for example. I suffered from self-doubt very recently. As many of you know, I published my novel Divinity Falling in October, and then I started writing a new novel that's unrelated to Divinity Falling. Going from a novel I was invested in for so long to a novel I was still figuring out made me feel bleh. Because it made me feel like I didn't know what I was doing, which translated to me feeling like I didn't even know how to write. But I know I can write, but I still felt that way regardless. And obviously, because I let self-doubt creep in, I started feeling anxious every time I even thought about my writing. Which is why when a few weeks ago someone asked me how I deal with self-doubt as a writer, I knew I could easily answer the question since I was going through that myself. Now, keep in mind that these are tips for dealing with self-doubt, but they are not the only tips out there. So if something else works for you, then go for it. Now, since self-doubt is mainly personal and usually biased, the best thing you can do is give your work to a trusted friend and have them give you their honest opinion. And the reason I say trusted friend is because not every friend or family member is going to give you honest, constructive feedback without being harsh. Some might not even understand why you write in the first place. And those people are not going to be helpful. So make sure your trusted friend appreciates writing and understands how much it means to you and wants you to succeed at it. That way, when they give you feedback, it's not fake talk where they just tell you you're great. And it's not harsh talk where they just tell you you suck. Personally, whenever I'm feeling down about my writing, I give my work to Michael or my cousin Karin, since they both get it and want me to succeed. They don't lie, and they help me see what I'm doing well and where I need to improve, which does help calm the self-doubt because it gives me some clarification. I stop thinking I'm a bad writer and start thinking of the ways the story can be made stronger. However, let's just say that you don't have any trusted reader friends. What can you do to deal with self-doubt? I think the best thing you can do is just acknowledge it for what it is. Like I said earlier, everyone experiences self-doubt, even those who are famous writers. So don't just think that if you made it big, it will just go away. Instead, just accept that it's an emotion that you will go through from time to time. Accepting it will make it easier to write with less frustration and anxiety because you'll know it's just in your head and not as bad as you think. Next, allow yourself to write terribly, even if you feel awful about it. Because if you give yourself permission to do that, you'll slowly start getting better at your writing and even find your writing rhythm that you believe in all your heart is good. Writing isn't easy, and even big writers struggle with it every time they start a new project. But they understand that self-doubt is part of the experience and write on anyway. In fact, the reason they're where they're at today is because they allowed themselves to write poorly and learn. And my last advice to you for dealing with self-doubt as a writer is to believe in yourself even in the middle of self-doubt. You're not a bad writer. The fact that you care about whether you're a bad writer means that you're trying. And if you're trying, you will improve and become a great writer. Practice makes perfect. So anytime you have self-doubt, remind yourself that it's just a feeling produced by you wanting to be better and trying hard to succeed. Which is a good thing. You're not a bad writer, you're not a quitter. You're simply a passionate writer. Also, remind yourself that you're not alone. And if big writers can feel self-doubt and still produce amazing, iconic works, then who's to say that you won't? Keep writing, keep dreaming, and keep getting better. You got this. And before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Frayne from my shoutouts here over on Patreon, as well as all my other patrons. Thank you all for your support. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Every week I put out writing advice videos as well as funny writing skits. And don't forget to follow me on social media for regular updates. And remember, Nour for president!